So yesterday, I was sitting out here. I had already had my coffee. I was drinking my dandelion tea. And this man walked by and asked me for a smoke. So I said sure, and I gave it to him. And the chair beside me had this big warm blanket on it. And so he moved the blanket, sat down, and curled up in it. And yeah, I could see his demons. But when he sat down, I could also see his human. And he told me, he asked me what day it was. And I said, it's Wednesday. And he said, oh, that's Whopper Wednesday. And he told me he was going to go later and get a Whopper. And I said, well, if you want, I have leftover last night's dinner. I was going to eat it for lunch. And he said, sure. So I gave him that. And he mostly just ate the mashed potatoes. And then he asked me if I've had my coffee yet. And I said, yeah, I have. But I could make you one if you want. So I went in and started coffee. And then he pulled out this little bottle of like icy hot roll-on stuff for like muscle pain. And he asked me if I could put it on his back. And I said, well, if you don't mind, I could rub peppermint oil on your back. It will give you the same tingling effect, and it will actually heal the muscles. I mix it with other oils. You can't put peppermint oil straight on or else it burns. And wash your hands after, because if you get it in your eye or any sensitive areas, it will burn. Anyways, so I didn't tell him that. Maybe I should have. Didn't occur to me. So he said, sure. And I said, okay, good. Because if I'm going to put something on your back, I'd rather put something on that made it feel better and healed it than something that just masked it for now. And I said, you're probably going to have to put the thing on that masks it for now eventually. And so I went inside and got the peppermint oil. And he asked me if I wanted to put it on inside. And I said no. Again, I could see his demons. But just because you see someone's demons doesn't mean you can't help their human. You just have to have a few boundaries. So I rubbed it on his back. And then we sat here for a little bit. The coffee was ready. I gave it to him, and everything I gave to him was in some sort of container or jar that I really never needed to see again. And then I told him, I said, oh, it's time for me to start my day. I'm going to go inside. And as I was going inside, he said, I'm going to go too. And I said, I know. And that was that. But when I was younger, I used to get so overwhelmed by how much need there was out there. And the fact that anything you do to help doesn't really help physically. And that what it takes to help is so much bigger than me. What it takes to truly, truly help. All the need in the world is so much bigger than me, and I used to feel so overwhelmed by that. But now I don't. because it's not about giving someone a sandwich.
Hello, Moto.
Likely fraud. It's not about giving someone a sandwich. It's not about giving someone something that they need. It's not about, and then what comes with that is, well, there's only so much you have to give. So how do you choose who to give it to? There's so much need. And who are you to choose this person is more worthy than that person? Well, you can't. And those were all of the thoughts that plagued me in my 20s. But now I see it different. The people that you help are the people who fall from the sky into your physical reality in that moment. And when you help them, it's not that you're giving them that physical thing that they need in that moment. You're giving them a piece of love. You're giving them a piece of love. And in that act of love, you don't know what that act of love will grow into to maybe change the world. The only thing you can really know is that that person fell physically into your life. And you did what you could without taking from yourself. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. And that's the other important thing. When you give those pieces of love, I used to drain myself because I was giving myself to people. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to keep ourselves. Ourselves belong to us. We don't need to give that away. But what we can do is allow the love of the universe to flow through us into them. We're not here to give us away. We're here as a conduit of universal love to flow through us to them. And if in every person that you meet, you're not giving of yourself, you're just allowing spirit to flow through you, you will never become exhausted. You will never become tired. And if you are tired, it means you gave a piece of yourself and you need to call it back. Because that belongs to you. What is meant to be given is the flow of spirit. The flow of abundance that flows around us and outside of us through this year, through this world. You are the conduit, not the essence to be given away. Love you all.